Okay, hi. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Aphrodite. This is Aphrodite's House of Tarot, and today we're going to be talking about what you need to be utilizing the Pisces full moon, so the blue moon. How you need to utilize the energy, so what you need to be attempting to bring in with the energy, signifying all of these different endings and the possibility for brand new beginnings. So, what we're gonna do to help you out here is we're gonna have three piles that you can choose from. You've got the Lovers for pile one. I love this deck, by the way. You've got the Ace of Cups for pile two. And you've got the Five of Pentacles for pile three. So just whichever one you feel the most drawn to. I'll add crystals here as well. Whatever you feel drawn to, whatever you feel connected to. I'm going to give you a minute. I'm going to cleanse the energy. And give you guys a minute to just pick and choose what works for you, what you're drawn to. Okay, so if you chose the Lovers, this is going to be your reading. Spirit, what does pile one need to be focused on bringing in to fruition with this Pisces full moon energy? Spirit says stability. Stability of the mind. Clarity on situations that kept you in the dark. And allowing yourself to push forward. We've got the Empress upright, which is perfect. Spirit says you've got sharp, witty energy. You're very vibrant and funny. You have the ability to make others around you feel comfortable. Six of Cups. You have the ability to make others around you feel comfortable and to feel at home and at ease. You're not giving yourself that, though. Spirit, what do you want me to tell them? How do they need to utilize this energy? Hanged Man. I'm not taking all of the cards that flipped over, just the immediate ones. And I'm loving how all of these are upright. And, yeah, I'm loving how all of these are upright for you guys. Is there anything else I can get to? The Nine of Wands. Yeah. Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, I am clairvoyant and claircognizant, and so I quite literally hear what Spirit wants me to tell you, the Magician in reverse. I quite literally hear what Spirit wants me to tell you, and then I relay the message. I am the original divination tool. Anyone who is spiritual will understand what I'm saying when I also say you are the original divination tool. I simply use tarot as a means of confirmation and as a means to break it down for you so that you can kind of see more of what I'm talking about in a more physical sense on the screen here, and make it a bit more comfortable and make you a little bit more at ease. So don't be alarmed if you hear a lot of talking but you don't see a lot of tarot and you're like, what the hell? That's why Spirit is quite literally just channeling through me. Again, the original divination tool. So you have this ability to make everyone around you feel so comfortable, but you don't necessarily know how to make yourself feel comfortable. It seems like you want to go out and extend yourself in as many ways as possible, and you get this reputation of being someone who is dependable, and yet you don't feel like you're dependable because you're not necessarily showing up for yourself in the right way. The best way for you to utilize the Pisces full moon energy is to sit with yourself and figure out the different ways that you can show up for yourself going towards September, the end of, and just wrapping up the end of this year and going into next year. Because in order to do all of the things you want to accomplish, you're going to have to start showing up for yourself. You're not going to be able to make the money you want or manifest things into fruition and bring things forward the way that you had hoped for yourself if you're not pouring into yourself the way you need to. You're kind of nurturing and mothering everyone but yourself, and you need more of that nurturing energy for yourself. It's almost like you get to a point where there's moments where you could nurture yourself and take care of yourself, but then those moments start to feel like maybe you're not being responsible. I don't know if that makes sense. So, for example, nurturing yourself, pouring back into yourself, getting your nails done, taking yourself on a movie date, taking yourself to a fancy restaurant, just you sitting and eating, having a good time, whatever. The bill comes. The bill's like $200. You deem that as being irresponsible. That's $200 that could have gone to something else. You need to stop looking at things as though you're never going to get them back, because that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to release these funds or release something else into the world energy-wise, and you're not going to get it back because that's what you've deemed it to be. You've deemed it so. You know? This is why Spirit is reiterating that the best thing that you could do, because that full moon takes place over, I believe, 2 nights, the 30th and the 31st. So I'm trying to get this video up by the end of today, which is the 29th, so that you can get the message now and work within that time frame. To really just sit with yourself and figure out the ways that you can show up for yourself without having that lack energy mentality. You have to figure out how you can switch that mentally in your mind. the self-love with the Lover's card. It's beautiful. Anything else for power? Change is coming. Wait for the signal. Interesting. Someone very specifically seems to be waiting for something that has to do with pumpkin pie. I don't know if this card here, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, was the confirmation, or if you really like pumpkin pie or pumpkin spice latte stuff and you're like, that's my confirmation, like when I see someone say something about pumpkin pie or something like that. Anyways, this is it. If that's what you were looking for, this is it. Everything you need will be gifted to you when you learn to start gifting to yourself first. So yeah, really just pour into yourself. Really just, And someone needs to clean out their closet. Spirit says clean out your closet. It's a trap. It's like a mental trap, they're saying. So like how you shove stuff in your closet, how you shove stuff in the back of your mind and don't want to deal with it because you kind of just want to do everything for everyone else and be this kind of saint and not deal with your own shit. It's like a trap. Clean out your closet, and as you do that, your mind will kind of mentally refresh itself as well. That's what I'm hearing. And don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself a break, obviously. Spirit really just wants you to figure out how to show up for yourself more. It's not hard. I think us having the human experience makes it so that we think it's harder than it actually is. It's not that hard. It's really not. Showing up for yourself becomes easier the more you do it, the more you set those boundaries, and the more you put your foot down. You really start to understand that it's not that difficult to do something. And yeah, maybe taking yourself out on a date is expensive as fuck. Who cares? You are worth it. Just make sure you know your bills is paid first. Pour into yourself, but don't be irresponsible. There's a way to go about things. You know what I mean? Make sure your bills are paid. Make sure your bills are nice and paid. And then with whatever money you have left over, plan. You know, have a good time, but plan. Your business will end up doing quite well if you are a small business owner once you start to pour back into yourself more, because the energy will be more authentic. People will feel a lot more drawn to you, because it doesn't really matter how much you do for other people if you're not really taking care of yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could be the world's greatest saint, but if you're not pouring into yourself, it's gonna ooze out of you. Your aura is just going to be gunky, it's going to be foggy, it's going to be murky and drainy. Your light body is not going to be satisfied. You're not going to feel good. Everything that you do is going to feel like a chore. Everything that you do is going to feel like it's difficult. Everything that you do is going to feel draining. Even the things you love, like helping people, after a while it's just going to be like no, 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 no. Everything about you on the different levels will start to reject everything because nothing is aligning. So really take the time to make sure that you're doing everything that you want to do in the ways that you want to do them, and make sure that you are really just pouring back into yourself before you keep giving off that loving, nurturing, motherly, energy. You're creating blockages for yourself. No one is blocking you at this point but you, and I feel like you kind of knew that. But there's this kind of want to not have to acknowledge that. There's this kind of need. There's this particular need to not want to acknowledge that. You're very quick to look away. You would rather it be an outside force versus, yourself. And I hate to break it to you, that's just not the case here. Spirit, is there anything else? Ooh. Six of Swords reversed. Six of Pentacles reversed again. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Let's see. Oops. That would be the Two of Swords upright. And the Knight of Cups reversed. And Judgment reversed. Death in reverse on the bottom of the deck. Give it to me plain and simple, please, for pile number 1. What else would you like for me to tell them? Your refusal to let go of things is going to get you in trouble. Okay. It can be really easy for you to have a distorted sense of reality. Explain this to me, because they seem so... You're like this fun, loving, going individual, but when things are going like not good with someone, you tend to have this kind of distorted sense of reality. And it's not that you're delusional, but you're a little delusional. It's almost like you need to be right all of the time. And when it comes to having to choose to take the high road, you will not do that. You come off like you're going to do that. Yeah, you will not do that. You come off as, oh, I understand, I get it, it's whatever, right? No, but you have to be right, so you're just going to end up bringing it up later. It was 16:16 when I said that on my clock on my end. The spirit says you're scaring people. Figure out how to not scare people. Gentle touch, gentle touch. You don't always need to be right. It's okay to be right, but you don't always need to be right. As in, you don't always need to reiterate that you're right or argue with people about the fact that you're always right. No one wants to be around someone like that. Someone... Someone came in and said the only time that that's acceptable is in the courtroom, when you need to be right all the time. You're very driven. You're very driven, and that might be what it is. You don't know how to turn off that more masculine energy when you need to be more in your Empress energy, that kind of soft, nurturing. It's odd. It's like you are the Empress, so you are soft and nurturing and give to everyone, but you do it from a masculine energy. Like, yeah, I'll give it to you because I know how to do it, but like, I mean, you just have to admit that I'm right, you know? You're kind of a cocky little dick, no offense. But you don't outright come off like that. You're like very soft about it. It's really weird. Like the energy, it's good. Like the energy manipulation here is good because you're like soft with it though. You're like, see, I know, but I'm like always right. So like, tell me I'm right. And then it's like, all right, can you do this for me though? Like, can you help me figure it out? And it's like, see, you're good. Someone said you would be able to convince someone that the sky was black, even though they were looking at it and they could see it was blue as day. They said that's how good you are. But you scare people. You need to learn to utilize those abilities for good in terms of your career and use that to make money instead of scaring off people, honey. You can do it. Walk with yourself. Be one with yourself. Reconnect with yourself. Take a spiritual bath if you need to meditate and cleanse. Eat more mango. Wear green. Operate from the frequency of white and beige though. So if you're wearing green to be more grounded, that's fine, but operate from the frequency of kind of white, so like purity, softness. Yeah. Anything else for power one? Don't let that big head get you in trouble. But this energy that's coming in definitely needs to be utilized to do more of realigning. That's your overall message. There's nothing here about relationships. If that's what you were looking for, the only relationship that they're talking about here is the one you share with yourself. So, pile one, that's what I've got for you. I hope I was helpful. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Liking the video is how I know that I was helpful to you and that you would like for me to keep making these videos. Also, I do have readings open. I am open for bookings right now. My email to book with me is in the description box below, or you can book with me directly through Etsy. I have my Etsy shop up still. Also, if you are a patron of mine on Patreon, I will be doing a Pisces full moon ritual tonight as this video goes up. It's going to be done with a 7-day candle. It's just to help remove blockages and things of that nature. So if you would like to join, just click the link in my description box to join my Patreon, and everything will be up there. The ritual will be there, and everything should be great. And that's it. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, this is kind of odd. I'm doing a different mic setup here, so give me a second. Okay, there we go. So you chose pile 2, which is the Ace of Cups. This is your reading. For those of you who don't know, my name is Aphrodite, and I am the original divination tool. I am using tarot as a form of confirmation for the messages that I get straight from source itself. I am clairvoyant and clairaudient, clairsentient, so everything I get comes directly from source. Again, I just use tarot as the confirmation tool so that I might explain it to you in a way that makes sense and in a way that is visible. What does pile number 2 need to focus on bringing in with the energy of the Pisces full moon coming in over the next couple of nights? Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands reversed. Spirit is starting off strong with, you're not a kid anymore. Independence is needed. You're not a kid anymore. Explain this to me. You have a very free way of living that has to change. If you think that your current way of doing things is working, or that you're not free living, you are sadly mistaken, because Spirit has said that you are free living, but not in the way where it's like, source is going to take care of me. I've put all my faith in this. It's like, it's half of that, and then the other half is just kind of expecting things. Hermit in reverse. What does pile 2 need to focus on bringing in? When I ask that, I see a man in a briefcase. So a more adult aspect of yourself, a more adult quality of yourself. Being childlike and being free is cool to an extent. Oh my goodness. Is cool to an extent. But when it comes to sorry, I'm just listening. When it comes to you needing to have a more adult quality. Oh my goodness, excuse me, there is so much energy. Oh my goodness. There's a way to go about things that you haven't really been doing. You've been going about things in a very childish manner, especially when it comes to like your money, your love, your friendships. You have a very beautiful soul, but lately it seems like your soul feels a bit sour. People have kind of been pushing you, and you've been somehow on the spectrum letting them. It's almost like you're waiting to see how much they think they can get away with, and they're waiting to see the same thing before you just kind of snap, which is childish. Spirit is showing me sitting and meditating and just saying, there's a better way to go about these things. There's a better way to ease my soul. There's a better way to communicate. There's a better way to express the pain that someone else has caused me. When I hear this, I'm seeing, because it's collective, right? I'm seeing there's arguments between a couple, a man and a woman, about lies. I'm seeing you either lended out money to a friend, or a friend stole money from you, and you didn't want to make it awkward, so you didn't say anything, but you're really, really hurt and you're trying to figure out how to say something, how to bring it up. I'm seeing vacation plans were ruined. Spirit says it's just destruction, because you and these other people were all waiting to see how much could be done, how much any one person could get away with before it was just too much. And Spirit stepped in and said, okay, I'm gonna make it too much. So now I'm shutting this shit down. You might find that you feel trapped mentally right now. This is why Spirit's not gonna allow you to do anything else until you speak your truth. It's not happening. Spirit says you need to use the Pisces full moon energy to speak your truth. Especially now with Venus still in retrograde. This is make a list. Make a list. I don't care if it's one person or 10. Make a list and tell them how you feel. I don't care if it's a text. I don't care if you write a fucking novel. I don't care if you write. You have 2 days. You have the 2 nights to utilize that energy. Put all of your emotions into this work. And then when you're ready, send it out. I'm not saying that you need to take the 30th and the 31st to send them out. I'm saying you need to use that energy to really conjure up how you feel and get it written down. I don't care if you write it in drafts in your notes. Like, let's just say Miranda stole $20. Under that, you have a whole note of what you want to say to Miranda. Under that, Jessica was a fucking bitch. Here's what Jessica did. You know what I mean? And then when you're ready, copy it, paste it, send it out to the individual. But Spirit's not going to let you do anything else until you really clean that slate, clear it off. There's a lot of just needing to let things go. And by things, we mean people. So that's why it's so important to utilize this energy right now before we enter into the shadow period for the Venus retrograde. This is the time to cut loose the dead weight so that we can start new cycles. This is most definitely the time, especially if someone's been hurting you over and over again. Your friends, your family, look, I'm a firm believer in past lives. I've experienced some of mine. I work heavy with past life regression, and I work heavy with karma and people coming back. When I tell you, I do not hesitate to understand the cycles that I go through with even some of my family members, and how I might be their karma and they might be my karma, and once the cycle is done, it's done. Oh, I don't have to talk to you. I don't. I think people expect you to be like, blood is this and blood is that. I will die and come back and die and come back until Source is ready for me to be a great ancestor and lead from the other side. There is plenty more blood where that came from. Not to be rude, but you have me all the way fucked up left until Tuesday if you think I'm gonna tolerate disrespect. If you think I'm gonna tolerate being lied to, if you think I'm gonna tolerate being humiliated. And with that being said, if I'm willing to do that to my own family, what the fuck am I gonna do to you for disrespecting me? That's the energy you need to have. And I'm telling you right now, it's not cold-blooded, it's self-preservation. Something my boyfriend told me that didn't quite click until I had to do some shadow work myself. He was saying, you know, if you shut down like this during every little instance and during every little moment, I'm concerned about how you're going to navigate in the real world. You've been so sheltered, you know what I mean, like spiritually, because I'm very much, I want to protect my peace. I don't want to deal. He said that, but that's not how it works. You have to deal. So you need to sit down and figure out a better way. And since he said that, I've been sitting down and trying to figure out a better way. This is your confirmation that you need to be sitting down and figuring out a better way. Because you can't keep tolerating the things that you tolerated before. Oh, give me 1 second. Okay, I apologize. I had something to do really quickly. Okay, so like I was saying, I forget what I was saying. That's just how it goes. So intuitively, I'm going to sit here and listen to what Spirit has to say. I'm going to listen to any advice that Spirit has for you. And then I'm going to relay the message. So just give me a minute while I channel here for you. This could be in the form of specific words, particular things of confirmation that you felt you needed to hear, anything of that nature. Slow down and breathe. Standing up for yourself is not a crime. Shielding and protecting yourself is not a crime. Spirit says 222 or that 777 tattoo. Wanting to get your belly button pierced. Going to the beach and sitting with your feet in the water, feeling really connected to the ocean. Spirit is saying that that's their way of helping you to cleanse away the negative energy, especially starting at the feet with Pisces representing the feet, which is great. Bears, someone could be, bears could be confirmation, or your nickname could be bear, or monarch butterflies. Something about 6 weeks from now. Channel messages for pile 2, please. Yes, that person is envious of you. They took you for granted, and they're hoping that there's more that they can get away with. Spirit is kind of reiterating that you need to stand your ground, though. This is a very childish person. Whimsical. They come off almost as free-flowing as you, but they're not, and you can see the mask. I see almost like you stepping to the left and then them stepping to the left right in front of you. You stepping to the right and then them stepping to the right in front of you. And it's almost like, hey, do you see me? Do you see me? Hey, do you see me? Do you see me? Can you help me? Can you? And you're just like exhausted. And I don't know if you've seen Jennifer's Body, but I'm seeing Megan Fox when she goes, gosh, needy. That's the energy it gives off. You're just, that's you. How she looks all drained and shit. She's like, gosh, needy. That's you. You're drained. You're like, I'm so sick of this shit. Yeah. Spirit said the time for patience is over. You had your time to like be patient and be lenient with them and these particular individuals and be kind to them and help them. No, that time is over. That time is over. You are not, the only thing you are offering them is not nothing. You're giving back to yourself. You are offering things to yourself. You are putting yourself in the driver's seat. someone's, this is collective energy, so bear with me, but someone's energy, someone around, it's a lot, but they someone's guide was like, imagine how much money you'll save by like not being friends with these people anymore, or not giving to this person anymore. They were like, so they were laughing about it too. It's like, imagine how much money you'll save. You'll be able to go on that vacation you wanted. And guess what? It doesn't have to be a friend's vacation. It can be a vacation all on your own. I'm just shuffling to release and renew the energy from the deck. So, that's what I've got for you in terms of what you need to be focused on bringing in for this Pisces full moon. If you are a patron of mine, or if you are considering joining, I am doing a full moon in Pisces ritual. It will go up. It is just to remove some blockages, help to provide mental clarity on situations, and things of that nature. You can also book a personal reading with me if you want. My email is in the description box below, but also you can just book with me on Etsy. I have my Etsy shop up. Yeah, I am taking bookings right now for September. September's bookings are open, and that's what I've got for you. I hope I was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe. Liking and sharing or subscribing is how I know that you enjoy the content. It's how I know it was helpful. It's how I know you want me to keep making more of these videos. So yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello. So if you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. That would be the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. How interesting. Okay. So, as I've said earlier, I am the original divination tool, just as you are the original divination tool. I use tarot to help give you a physical view of what is going on. I am clairvoyant, claircognizant, and the other one. Listing off all of my abilities, it's never been my forte. The point is, I get my information directly from source. I channel, and then I use tarot as more of a clarifier so that you can physically see, like I said, what is going on. You got the 4 of Swords here. So, source, please allow me to look here. How can they best utilize this Pisces full moon energy? So the theme here, what I'm hearing from source, is experiment with yourself. The Ace of Wands. That's pretty funny, as I said, experiment with yourself. I think you can understand why that's a little funny. The World in reverse. Seven of Wands upright. 8 of Swords upright. Interesting. 2 of Cups in reverse. Whoops. Bottom of the deck. Lovers in reverse. Alright. That's great. Let's talk about it. You are attracting the wrong types of people. This is why Spirit wants you to experiment with yourself. Your attitude, your style, your aura, the energy about you. It's all about figuring that out so that the right people come to you. Mm-hmm. I see someone crying saying, I can't take this pain. It's confusing. I want to be who I want to be, but I don't want to deal with what comes with that. You feel like your life's going to fall apart, or I just feel this feeling of dread of being alone. You drive yourself crazy trying to figure out what's wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with you. I apologize. If there's moments when I'm really, really silent, I'm meditating, I'm in a state of meditation where I am hearing the message directly from source. And so that is what you are not hearing. You are me connecting like that. You want to hold things close. Alrighty. Well, wouldn't you know it that my storage was full and I had to go and delete some stuff, and now the video is shooting differently, which is fine. So let me just slip back into getting this information. How best can they utilize the energy? What do you want me to tell them? You need to be at peace with yourself. That's the only way to attract peace around you, is to be at peace with yourself. So really, you're being called to explore yourself, to figure out yourself, to figure out how to love yourself, to figure out how to be free. Really just figure out how to find a form of freedom that works for you, that makes you feel like your most authentic self. It's like you're always at war with people, or you're at war with yourself. And really, the reason why you feel like you're always at war with people is because you're at war with yourself. You don't really know yourself well enough to have particular standards or boundaries. You think that you're comfortable with one thing when in reality it could be the total opposite, but you really don't know, and you wouldn't know. It causes this sort of disharmony. I know you might feel like you just want things to stop and pause, but we don't always have the luxury of having things stop, you know? Life keeps moving. um, it's about finding those moments to really sit in stillness and find peace and be okay with that. Little by little, figuring out you. Source is saying it doesn't take a village, meaning you don't need everyone around you, immediately around you, in your business, in your healing journey, in your healing process. Sometimes it just starts with you. You and your soul and your light body. You. You're never alone, but it doesn't take an actual physical village. It doesn't take everyone in your immediate vicinity to be in your business. This doesn't mean that spirit is saying don't get therapy or don't talk to who you need to talk to. That's not what that is. That's not what is being said here. What is being said is, sometimes when we attract the wrong people and then we talk about our healing journey, they will block us from doing what we need to do in the most unimaginable ways. It starts off so small and so subtle, and then all of a sudden we find out we're no longer on the path that we were supposed to be on. We got distracted. This is why Source is saying everyone in your immediate vicinity doesn't need to be in your business. it doesn't take that whole village like you think it does, because not everyone there is part of your tribe anyway. It's like that game of imposter. Yeah. Awaken your soul, awaken the fire in your belly. Be passionate about yourself. Loving, nurturing, sexy towards yourself. Really explore all of you, because you're not giving yourself enough love. You're not giving yourself enough attention. You're not giving yourself enough of what you need. How can you expect the relationships around you to flourish when they're not even the right ones for you? Babes, they're not even the right ones for you. This full moon in Pisces energy, if you utilize it to really figure out who you are, is going to have a lot of people falling off the wagon. And Spirit wants to reiterate, it doesn't take a village. Let them fall. It's okay. It's okay. They're saying something better and brighter is coming. And as I hear this, I see a giant sunflower in my mind. Just a giant sunflower. And then I see someone looking aside from the sunflower, like off to the side, and seeing just a field of colorful flowers, like all types of flowers. And it's just, I see someone holding their hand on their heart, and they're going, I never thought I would get here. I didn't think it was possible. There's someone around you who you've been doubting a lot lately. There's someone around you who you've been doubting a lot lately, but they want to give you the world. They want to give you the world, and you're not letting them. You're not letting them. Oh, no, 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 no. You said, oh, no, 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 thanks. No, thanks. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust you because I don't trust myself. Spirit said, if you don't stop, you're going to chase them away. Away, away, away. They said it's funny because you trust the people you have no business trusting. You talk the most to the people you have no business talking to. And the person who is trying to give you the world comes off as like doing too much or like creepy almost. And you're like, nah, I don't know. And they're like, I just want to help you. They want to help you. They have information that could possibly help you break out of addictive tendencies. And when I say that, I'm talking about vicious cycles of the mental. Because again, feeling constantly anxious, if that's what you've become accustomed to in your way of living, that's an addiction. You no longer know how to function without being anxious. You thrive on the level of anxiousness to get shit done. Or to be a functioning member of society, and that's not how that's supposed to operate. This person could really have some tips and tricks to help you settle your mind, really settle into yourself, and help you figure out more about yourself, but you don't trust it. You're like, no. It's not that they have their life together, and you're like envious of that. I don't understand what you're telling me right now. That makes no type of sense. This Ace of Wands keeps coming out. This Ace of Wands. I'm telling you. In my mind, someone goes, ring, 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 I have a message for you. Ring, 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 I have a message for you. Answer the door, answer the door. They're saying, answer the door, answer the door. What's behind the door? Freedom is behind the door. The answer to everything you need is behind the door. Freedom is behind the door. Interesting. Spirit said, walk towards it. Walk towards it. Not away from it. I see someone going, come on. Come on, just a little further. I believe in you. Come on. Come on. And you're like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this one, Chief. So this came out sideways. What is this? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this has happened before, and I've said this before. I love these cards, by the way. Oh, shoot. Will it do it? There it goes. I don't normally take cards when they come out sideways because it's kind of more of a, it either will or it won't. But in this case, and Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, in this case, I will say that I needed to take the Wheel of Fortune sideways because this is kind of it's up to you whether or not the Wheel of Fortune turns in your favor or not. If you're not going to take the chance to get to know yourself, if you're not going to take the chance to really allow people to help you grow and mature and be the person that you want to be, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. It's just not happening. The Tower card is what fell here. Oh, that's interesting. All of these fell out. So you got the Star card in reverse. You got the Two of Swords upright. Yeah, the Fool in reverse. And the Eight of Wands upright. Yeah. Yeah. Choices, choices, choices. Will you allow yourself to have that complete breakdown that you need in order for you to move forward, or will you stand still? Will you stay where you're at and allow everything to sort of be halted? Nothing can come to fruition if you're standing still. None of the divine messages can come in if you're sitting here and you're not doing anything. None of the recognition can come pouring in if you're not doing anything. It's just not going to happen. And again, I don't really read cards when they fly out to the side, but the Wheel of Fortune flying out to the side like this was everything I needed to know that the decision is yours. And the reason why it's coming out to the side like this is because a few people are going to hear this and they're going to be like, but I'm comfortable where I'm at. And they're literally going to do the same thing, and the energy is going to pass them by. Energy that they could have properly utilized, and they're going to be stuck. They're going to be stuck because they don't want to do anything else. They don't know anything else. Knowing, you know what I mean? When you don't know anything else, look, this Ace of Wands came out again, but this time it came out reversed. When you don't know anything, when you don't know any better, or you don't want to know any better, what is the point? You know what I mean? You're just going to reject everything around you. You're going to reject all of the blessings because you're so used to the chaos. Say yes to that person who's been trying to help you instead of saying no. Go to that brunch that you've been putting off. Wear that outfit. Wear that statement piece. Wear that shoulder piece. Wear that crop top. Do it. Figure out you. Explore you. What type of individual are you? Once you learn those building blocks, those finite building blocks of who you are, you really... Two of Cups coming out with the Three of Swords. Yeah. Matters of the heart, but like your own heart, you're doing it to yourself. You're not... This is just crazy. Oops. Cards just came flying, huh? Ten of Pentacles again. This is a lot, though. This is a lot. I'm not reading all of that. I'm just not. Make it plain for me, Spirit. So I can keep giving it to them. Nothing you need or want is going to come because you're so hell-bent on sticking to your addictions. You kind of think it's cute. It makes you quirky and sweet and fun-loving and all this other shit, and it does not. Pardon my French. It does not. It fucking does not. Yeah. Remember how we talked about speaking up? Remember how we talked about letting it all fall? Mm-hmm. you need to be speaking up for yourself, standing up for yourself, exploring yourself, learning more about yourself. It's crazy. Oh. Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. Explain that to me. Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups. Oh, I see. Okay. Very nice, very nice. That person who's trying to help you. That person who's trying to help you. Perfect suit. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't have to be romantic. It could be. Spirit says it really could be. But for a lot of you, it could just be a really close friend. And you are in this situation of really not wanting to give anything because you haven't even given to yourself. And this person is very much like, but I have so much. I have so much to offer. It's weird because their energy is that of a king. So it's, they themselves are very mature, but their ways of dealing with anything emotional might be immature. They might come off as emotionally immature or emotionally unavailable, but that's really not the case at all. They're not unavailable at all. They're just very immature with their emotions. A lot of the time that happens when someone else has been hurt very deeply. They tend to have kind of a cutoff point with how much they're willing to openly share. But it's there. So if that sounds like someone you know, talk to them and get and seek some advice from them. They have a lot to offer you. Even if it's not romantic, they do have a lot to offer you. They do show up as a king. So they are mature. They are mature. Could also just be an age though, like the age difference. I am just shuffling for the sake of shuffling to get the messages because I'm channeling. So this card did try to fly out though. Oh, look at that. And there's Two of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Okay. The Tower card at the bottom of the deck again. Wow. I just hear decisions make me proud. Figuring out who you are is going to be the most important thing here. I think I apologize. I don't think anything. Spirit says, I know. It's a battle of the will and mental mind power. You can do it. Someone is like, you can do it. They're really rooting for you. Let it fall. Just let it fall. Have that breakdown that you need and rightfully deserve so that you can move forward. Yeah. Have that mental breakdown that you rightfully need and deserve. Just cry it out. Cry it out. Feel it out. Yeah. I had a feeling he was going to come out. Cry it out. Feel it out. Allow yourself to really feel it all. I mean, you're not going to really know much about who you are if you don't release everything. Release everything that you've been holding on to. Release the expectations. Just everything that you've clung to for the last 10 years. And start fresh. And really just take the time to figure it out. Utilize this energy to rebuild yourself. To restructure your life around you. Around the energy you carry, your aura, the air about you. Once you do that, the right people will come. Once you do that, you'll feel a lot more free. You'll feel a lot lighter. Your body will feel a lot lighter. Your mental will feel a lot lighter because it will align with what you've got going on and with what's destined for you. But again, you have to choose that. Spirit is not just gonna give it to you. You have to choose that. That's why it comes out like this. It's a choice. You have a choice to make. So that is what I've got for you, pal number 3. I hope I was helpful. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. That's how I know that I was helpful, or that the energy corresponds and that everything aligns. I am doing a Pisces full moon ritual. If you are a patron of mine, you will automatically be included in this ritual. It's just to help remove blockages, any mental blockages, financial blockages, whatever might be standing in your way. We're going to work to remove those over the course of the next 2 days to really utilize that peak energy from the moon. And then we're going to work with that. I have 7-day candles, so that will be what we work on. I have some sigils that I have ready for that, and it should be a really great time. It should be an amazing experience to really set things up and allow for those of us in the community to really grow. I am open for September bookings. If you want to book a reading with me, you can book through my email, which is in the description box below, or you can book with me through Etsy. I have my Etsy shop up, and yeah, feel free to book a reading with me. Again, I am more than happy to help guide you through whatever it is you're going through and whatever you might need. As a community, we stick together and we vibe together. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!